Then you look at the aqwal, look at the sayings of tabi'un. You also look at that when you do tafsir. Then you also have tafsir bil-diraya. This was so far tafsir bil-riwaya. Then you have tafsir bil-diraya, whereby you look at a sound opinion. You know, when someone does ijtihad, not any opinion, you can't just have tafsir based on opinion. That's wrong, that's a sin. But tafsir on proper ijtihad, whereby you look at the text, you look at the Quran and Sunnah, and then you derive an opinion, a sound opinion. There are some shara'it which the ulama have written. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah has written about the shara'it of a person whose opinion you can take, and that's something else we will mention inshallah in the lectures ahead. Now, Surah Fatiha. We start with Surah Fatiha. Surah Fatiha is Makkiyun Nuzul. We always find this Makki or Madani. A surah, you look at the Quran, is either Makki or Madani. And there are a lot of opinions as to what Makki and Madani means. Some people you ask and they just say Makki means something that has been revealed in Makkatul Mukarramah, and Madani means something that has been revealed in Madinatul Munawwara. However, this is not the correct opinion. The most correct opinion that we find amongst a lot of other respected opinions is that Makki means something that was revealed before Hijrah, and Madani means something that was revealed after Hijrah, because there were a lot of verses revealed in other places apart from Makkatul Mukarramah and Madinatul Munawwara. So this is Surah Fatiha was revealed in Makkah, and some people was revealed before Hijri. There is an opinion that it's a Madani surah, that means it was revealed after Hijri. However, the correct opinion is that it is Makkiyun Nuzul. It was in Makkatul Mukarramah where Surah Al-Fatiha was revealed. Imam Qurtubi rahimahullah, he mentions an incident whereby, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was given the wahi, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, and then whenever he heard this voice, and we know the condition Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was, he was really scared. He needed, he was consoled by Khadija radiyallahu anha, and then he was taken to Waraqa bin Nawfal, who was a scholar of the Old and the New of the Old Testament. So Waraqa bin Nawfal said, what is wrong? What's up with you, Muhammad? And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I hear this voice which says, Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad. And he said, what do you do when you hear this voice? And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I just run away because I get scared. He was a bashar. It was a natural instinct. When you hear such things, out of the blue you hear a voice and there's no one there. It's a natural instinct to be scared, and you need to be consoled there. So Waraqa bin Nawfal said to him that when you hear this voice again, then stop. Don't run away, just stop. And this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said when Jibreel alayhi salam again said, Ya Muhammad, he stopped, and this is when Surah Fatiha was revealed. So after Iqra, the next verses that were revealed was Surah Al-Fatiha. Now, this is the first surah to be revealed, and hence one of the reasons why this is Kitab, why this is the first, why this is called Surah Fatiha, is the opening of the Quran, because it's the first surah to be revealed. Now, you might think, we have always heard Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi was the first verses to be revealed. Yes, that is right. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, from Surah Alaq were the first ayats to be revealed. However, the first complete surah to be revealed was Surah Al-Fatiha. So the first verses were Iqra, but the first 3-4 verses of Surah Alaq, but the first surah, complete surah that was revealed was Surah Al-Fatiha. Now Surah Al-Fatiha has got a lot of names, 20-30 names Surah Al-Fatiha the ulama have written, and ulama have mentioned from the aqwal of Sahaba and Tabi'een. It's called Sab'ul Mathani, it's called the 7 lines or ayats of praise, because it's all praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's called Surah As-Salah. As-Salah, which means, obviously it's always recited in every salah, in every rakat. You read this surah, subhanallah. It's such a magnanimous or such an amazing surah that it's been given the honor of being read in every salah. So you can understand it holds a lot of meaning. It holds a lot of depth in this surah. There's a lot of depth in this surah that we need to understand. And when we pray, we need to understand this depth. So it's called Surah Fatiha. The opening of the Quran is called Kitab. It's called the mother of the book, which means, or Quran, which is basically, it's got everything summarized. The ulum in Surah Al-Fatiha, the depth of knowledge in Surah Al-Fatiha is all, of the Quran, is all summarized in Surah Al-Fatiha. It's also called Kanz because it's a treasure of knowledge. It was because also it comes from the treasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's called Kanz, it's called Kafi, it's called Shafi, it's called Surah Al-Shifa, because if someone is not well and you read Surah Al-Fatiha on them and do dam on them or do ruqya on them, then they will inshallah, when you read it with yaqeen, inshallah they'll be cured. So there are a lot of names that Surah Al-Fatiha has, and one of the reasons in Arabic, when something has a lot of names, it means that something is very honorable, something is very majestic, something is very, is really, has got a lot of status. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has 99 names. So you see, something having a lot of names means the thing is very honorable. And that's why Surah Al-Fatiha has a lot of names, because it holds a lot of depth of knowledge in the surah itself. Then after we know a bit about Surah Al-Fatiha, then we start with Ta'awudh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. We always start the Quran with A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. The reason we do this is so that when we are worshipping or when we are reading the Quran, we don't want any disturbance or interference from shaitan. We don't want any of his whispers to distract us. We need to read the Quran sincerely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His sincerity has not to be diminished by anything. Shaitan does not have to, so that shaitan does not distract us. We read Ta'awudh. We seek refuge. We tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we want to sincerely worship you, take shaitan away from us. This is why we do ta'awudh in the Quran. That's why there's a verse, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. That when you read the Quran, do ta'awudh, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save you from from shaitan. Now, what is the hukum? What is the verdict of this ta'awudh? Is it fard? Is it wajib? Is it sunnah? Jamhur, which means most of the ulama, the consensus mainly of ulama, or most of the ulama, we would translate it as most of the ulama say that it is sunnah to read ta'awudh. It's not fard, it's not wajib. But Ata ibn Abi Rabah, rahimahullah, he says it's wajib. Because of this ayat that I recited, it's wajib to read to read ta'awudh before reading Quran. After ta'awudh, we usually read basmala or bismillah. Basmala, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Now, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Then we start in the name of Allah, with the name of Allah, the most merciful and the exclusively merciful. I'll explain why I'm translating in this manner. Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, and Ar-Rahim, exclusively merciful, or especially merciful. Now, one usul that we understand from this is we have first taken away all the distractions by saying ta'awudh, then we start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Then we start with Bismillah, then we do something good. There's an usul that we learn from this mannerism in which we are praying the Quran. There's an usul that we learn, that daf'ul madarra awla min jalbil manfa'a, that to To daf'ul madarra means to sort of take away or to shun all distractions and all deviations, all bad things is better than jalbul manfa'a, or which means than seeking something good. Just to explain this with an example. For example, I am a person, or someone say Abdullah is a person who has got bad company. And he's thinking, no, because I'm good, I pray my 5 times salah, I have been brought up well, I've studied a bit of deen, I know deen. What I'll do is I will change all these people. I've got about 7-8 friends who are very bad company. They go clubbing, they go pubbing, they do all these other things, but I'll change them. It's a good intention, it's good to do that, and that's what, we have Amr bil Ma'ruf, Nahi anil Munkar is something that we have to do. But if Abdullah is feeling that he is being drawn into these temptations, into this wrongdoing, he is risking his own iman just to change them, and then he still thinks to himself, no, I'll still carry on. Then for him, because of this usul that I've just explained, it's better to shun those friends, to be away from them friends, than doing da'wah there, because he is risking his own iman. When he becomes stronger, or there are more people with him whereby he will not be drawn into those temptations, then it's best to do da'wah that way. However, at the moment, he needs to stay away from them and concentrate on his own self. This is this is the usul, this is the fundamental that we learn from this mannerism of praying Quran. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, daf'ul madarra, and then Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We start with in the name of Allah, the most merciful, especially merciful. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. There's a hadith, kullu amrin dhi balin lam yabda' bi bismillah fahuwa abtar. That everything that is worth doing, if you don't start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, it's incomplete. So everything that you do, which is good, everything that you're doing, whether it's praying Quran, whether it's going to a journey, whether it's going to Makkatul Mukarramah or Madinatul Munawwara, it is best to start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And anything you do, anything, whether you start eating, anything that is good, that you consider good, then start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. There's one thing I want to mention. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the word Allah. Allah is a very, very special word. A very special word, and something that we need to understand. When we say Allah, Allah is, the 99 attributes that are famous of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All those attributes are summarized, or all those attributes, not summarized, but all these attributes are captured in this one word, Allah.